Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. So in this video today, I want to talk about the idea of institutions, whether they're going to be using public DLT systems or are they going to be using private blockchains, and I want to give my opinion on how I see it playing out personally. So I shared this post in my community timeline, and one of my subscribers, I believe, basically accused me of spreading FUD in a way. He was basically saying that this screenshot here, which I'm going to go through in the article, is basically the XRPL on the private sidechains and the private network. And I know better than this than to share a post like this. So let's get through this post and let's talk more about public and private blockchains in relation to institutions and what are they going to be more inclined to use. So here's an article that says Goldman on tokenization. We're not allowed to issue on public blockchain. The benefits of tokenized bond issuance were discussed today at the Crypto Assets Conference with issuers represented by Siemens and KfW, investors by Union Investment and Goldman Sachs, discussing its DLT issuance platforms. While Siemens has issued a bond on a public blockchain, Goldman's DLT solution is underpinned by a private blockchain. So here we have two entities, Siemens, and for those of you who don't know what Siemens is, it's basically a company, a multinational conglomerate corporation and the largest industrial manufacturing company in Europe. So it's a massive company in Europe, and they did issue 60 million digital bond on the public blockchain, and the blockchain that they used was the Polygon public blockchain. It wasn't even XRP or Ethereum, it's Polygon. And for those of you who don't know what Polygon is, it's Polygonmatic. It's a layer 2 solution for the Ethereum network, and they issued their bond on the public network. And then we have Goldman. Goldman is basically an American multinational investment bank and financial service company. It is considered a systemically important financial institution by the Financial Stability Board. Goldman Sachs is the second largest investment bank in the world by revenue and is ranked 55th on the Fortune 500 list of the largest United States corporations by total revenue. In comparison to Siemens, Goldman is much bigger because it's actually an investment bank and financial service company. Matthew McDermott, head of digital assets at Goldman, said, "I'll speak from a highly regulated US bank. We are actually not allowed to do anything on a public blockchain, be it permissionless or otherwise." Bear in mind here, the XRPL is a public blockchain. It's a permissionless public blockchain. Why are they not allowed? The rationale being safety and soundness. Most of the development you will see, certainly from the US banks, JP Morgan, ourselves, and many of the others, will be on a private blockchain. The Goldman platform has been used for a European Investment Bank EIB bond issuance and to tokenize a sovereign green bond for the Hong Kong Monetary Authority. So as you can see here, they can't or not allowed to use a public DLT system, and they're saying that banks will be issuing on private blockchains. And then they have their own platform called the Goldman platform. So back to this subscriber here who was basically saying that it's not going to be on the public side, but it's going to be on the private side chains on the XRPL in reference to this image. No, it's not. Goldman is not using the XRPL. They have their own Goldman platform. And you can look here, Goldman Sachs Tokenization Platform, GSDAP. Leveraging DAML, which is a smart contract language, I believe, which stands for Digital Asset Modeling Language, goes live. The European Investment Bank is using or leveraging the Goldman Sachs new digital asset platform, issuing the first fully digital bond on a private blockchain, which has nothing to do with XRP, by the way, or the XRPL, just to let the XRP community know. Goldman Sachs recently announced that the bank's new digital asset platform is live 1 year into their engagement of digital asset, and it talks more about it here. GSDAP is developed on top of digital assets, DAML smart contract language, and Canton. So which network are they using? They're using the Canton network. So the digital assets DAML smart contract language is basically built from Canton network, and Canton is a privacy enabled blockchain. DAML based tokenization platform such as GSDAP which is the Goldman Sachs solution, capture the full complexity of rights, obligations, and cash flows throughout the life cycles of assets. They can also make the digital representation and workflow accessible and fully automatable across distributed interconnected ecosystems of participants. Additionally, digital assets ensures that the data is only shared with entitled stakeholders. So as you can see here, it's a solution that is private, and to access the solution, you have to have permission. It's not public, so the information is not shared with everyone. It's shared with entitled stakeholders, entitled participants, with its privacy controls while supporting the scalability necessary to connect assets globally. And this pretty much sums up why these institutions are preferring to adopt private DLT networks for their solutions than public DLT systems. It says Goldman Sachs is one of a number of digital asset clients that have gone into production with DAML-based DLT solutions. So they are not the only client that's building their own private solutions. There are a number of others. So as it says here, the digital assets DAML smart contract language and Canton is built from the Canton network, and we can see the digital asset here. You can go to the website. We enable our customers to solve the most challenging business and technical problems facing global markets. Let's see some of the use cases. Clearing and settlement. You see, I did a video on this the other day saying that XRP is not needed for settlement, because you listen to people in the XRP community, they would make you think that there is no other way for anything to be settled except that it has to involve XRP. But as you can see here, clearing and settlement, it can be done by digital asset, which is based on the Canton network. Okay, they can do clearing and settlement, they can do tokenization and issuance, payments, lifecycle management, custody and safekeeping, and so on. So it says here, discover the exponential power of these connected use cases on the Canton network. And we can go to the Canton network. Introducing the Canton network, the first open blockchain network designed with the control and interoperability needed to power synchronized financial markets. So it strengthens financial systems like never before, empowering participants. Remember, it's a private permission network. Empowering participants on the network by connecting ideas, partners, and technology. Connection without trade-offs, privacy fit for regulated institutions. Canton is the first privacy-enabled open blockchain network ensuring limitless connections that preserve privacy. Enabled by unique smart contract technology, network participants can confidently exchange data and value to unlock the potential of synchronized financial markets. Decentralization with control. And it tells you the financial market participants launched the industry's first global blockchain network for institutional assets. So these are the financial market participants that are involved with the Canton network. And as you can see here, we have Goldman Sachs, who have built, a platform, as I've just shown you here, a tokenization platform called GSDAP, leveraging the DAML language and the Canton network. So the Goldman platform has nothing to do with XRP or the XRPL. They clearly say here they're not allowed to use or do anything on a public blockchain, be it permissionless or otherwise, and they give their reasonings for safety and soundness, and that they are going to be developing, as well as other US banks like JP Morgan, ourselves, and many of the others. Remember, JP Morgan already have their private solutions, the Onyx, Partior, and so on. They're going to be doing it on private blockchains. It continues, he acknowledged the velocity, speed, and low cost of transacting on a public blockchain, particularly a layer 2 solution. This was one of the reasons for Goldman's digital assets platform design. When they designed digital asset platform, they wanted to benefit from aspects of public systems, and they did it in a manner whereby it has a smart contract layer where the transaction activity happens, but the final settlement is on the underlying blockchain, which is probably the Canton network, and that's currently a private blockchain. So there's two layers, one where the transaction activity happens, maybe like a layer 2 solution, and then when it comes to the actual settlement, which is the underlying blockchain, it happens to be a private blockchain, and it has nothing to do with XRP or XRPL. As I've shown you, it's the Goldman digital asset platform, and that's how Goldman Sachs is orchestrating their tokenization. And then we have Siemens. Raman Ghaffari, head of financial technology at Siemens Treasury, had a different perspective. So as you can see, there's two different perspectives. Goldman has to use private DLT systems. They are a bank. Siemens, which is a company, a conglomerate, an enterprise, okay, they prefer to issue their bond on the Polygon public blockchain, which is a sidechain of Ethereum, as I've already said. He said that Siemens Treasury is keen to be independent of individual banks. So locking into the platform of a single bank would not be ideal for him. So they didn't want to be dependent on a platform of a bank. They wanted to have an independent sort of structure with their bond, which is why they issued it on Polygon, which is a open network, is public and so on, because they didn't want to be locked into a platform of a single bank. So locking into the platform of a single bank would not be ideal for him, and that would not be ideal for Siemens. Don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the bell notification icon so as to not miss my next video.